Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of Geeks and Degenerates. Today we're talking about Encanto, the latest Disney animated movie, starring one of people's favorite members from Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Hell yeah.
Yes. So, well,
So what? You just stopped me. I'm like, are you going to say something?
no, I was just like, I thought you just stopped. I was
Yeah,
just kind
you-
of like,
No, because
I
you
was like-
turned to me. I'm like, yes.
What do you mean I turned to you? We're on a video call.
No,
How
you
did I turn to you?
You looked at the camera. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to say something. I'm like, all right, so whatever.
Oh my
Anyway.
god. No, I'm just trying to be cute.
Okay, fine. Anyway, what a wonderful start, guys. We never missed this step.
Merry Christmas. Feliz Navidad.
Merry Chrysler.
Merry Chrysler. Feliz Navidad.
Did you guys hear about this beforehand, or did you just watch it? Like, it's a Disney movie. Why not?
You know, I heard about it,
How? Oh,
and Enzo was like, "Yo, dude, we're doing Hawkeye tomorrow." I was like, "Okay, give me a bit." And we're doing Encanto. I'm like, "You do know that it's in 6 hours, right?" And then an extra 2 hours for another movie, you son of a bitch.
To be fair, Hawkeye's like 30 to 40 minutes only. With the exception of the last episode.
What do you mean? That's a long time.
Yeah, but it's like,
Anime's 20 minutes.
See, this is why what I have to work with. I
This is
don't
what we
feel
all have to
appreciated.
work with.
I don't feel.
I don't feel loved.
I don't feel loved. I don't feel taken care of. I pissed in a bottle.
Not the
Enzo
piss in a
Bezos
bottle.
here.
I take care of you guys anyway, you know? Or how did you find out about this?
No, I heard about it from just trailers. Like, I just saw trailers earlier in the year, and I was like, interesting, cool. It's another, like, Latin American. I think this is based. They did have a sign that's in Colombia, so I was under the assumption that it is a very much Latin American what do you call it, like, movie again. Very interesting. The last time we had was Mexico with Coco, so I was very excited. I was like, cool, another like super great, diverse, different story than the usual it's set in America, that's it, peace out, right? So I was I wasn't particularly excited. I was kind of like the premise didn't seem very interesting to me. Like, oh, look at me, I'm the only girl, I'm the only one in my family that has no powers. Okay, interesting, right? We have a cool house. Whoa. Like, great. Of course, it's Pixar animation, looks great. But I was kind of like, yeah, it didn't really entice me. I was just kind of like, interesting, great colors, looks good, sounds interesting. And then I was like, first, Enzo said, oh, we're gonna do Encanto. So I said, okay, sure, I'll watch it. But prior to that, I had seen so many TikToks on it. Like, so many people were raving about it, especially a certain character. But I think we'll get into that later because I have the most hilarious thing to talk about regarding said character later. But yeah, it was you know who it is. It's so easy to tell. Well, I don't know. You aren't I don't know. You guys aren't on TikTok. I'm
No,
surprisingly updated. Surprisingly more updated. I thought I was more behind on
I
things.
am on TikTok, but it's just that majority of my TikTok is just
Anime.
Anime, cars, and K-pop.
Oh, makes sense. Mine is just like the general, like, whatever goes viral, but within like a nerdy sense. But anyway, yeah, so many people were raving about it, and I already had plans to watch it because I was like, well, it's like Christmas. It's the weird week between Christmas to New Year's where nobody knows whether or not they should do something or not, so might as well watch it. And then Enzo was like, we're gonna do it, and I was like, sure, I'll join. So yeah,
Okay.
I wasn't particularly interested though at first. I was kind of like, sounds, like interesting, but not like extra. Like, wow, what an interesting concept, But that's it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like Umbrella Academy in Mexico.
Yeah, I do like Abuela's Home for Gifted Youngsters.
Yes.
Umbrella's Home for
Home for gifted youngsters. Oh my god.
Men.
But yeah, like when I heard like Lin-Manuel Miranda's doing this song, I was like, you know what? It's never a bad thing. I'll check it out. And I thoroughly enjoyed it. This was a fun Christmas watch. I had such a fun time watching this. That's kind of redundant, but anyway, I enjoyed the songs, characters, and unlike Coco, it didn't rip out my heart and beat me with it. So I enjoyed that too.
I mean, I enjoy it when Disney does that, where it like, cry, bitch, cry.
Yeah, cry, come here, cry. Like really like a push. Well, in fairness, like I guess for Enzo, it didn't really relate as hard because I was crying a lot. I was crying a lot during the movie.
Oh,
Because
really?
it wasn't like Coco's level of like like Coco's level of like truly, remember me, and then I'm like triggered and I'm absolutely like out of my mind bawling the moment I hear those like notes. But I did really cry because I feel like it was to a certain extent relatable. I don't have a big family. Like we'll talk about maybe the big themes later when Enzo asks about it, but it was very, to a certain extent, relatable, and I think the reason why is because it's weird. We're Filipinos. If no one in the audience caught that, we're Filipinos, by the way, living in the Philippines. Our day-to-day life is here, but like, it's weird because we can relate to Asian-centric movies, but we can also kind of relate to like Latin American Hispanic movies as well because of our colonization. It's
For
weird because
300
like
years.
300 years, exactly, right? 300 years of colonization. So like it's weird because we can relate to both cultures, which is very interesting. I like that we have words from said Spanish, like the language. So I was like, interesting. Yeah, 20, 30, 15. Ah!
I'm like, here's a 50, Mr. Tricycle Driver. I don't know what you
I
said.
don't know which that is, but I hope I get change. I hope you're honest enough to give me change.
I'm
know.
like, tama ba yan? Huh?
It doesn't give you change. You give 100, no change.
Oh
But
my
yeah.
God.
I don't know. I was just like, it was just nice to see like, oh, I could relate. Like I doubt like some people were like, casa, what's unless like you don't like what's a casa, casita, and stuff like that. So yeah, whatever. Anyway, Enzo, please take the mic away from me.
Either can because we're online, but sure. Which character stuck out to you the most? I think it's an obvious one for me. Is Mirabelle and her older sister, the Brock Lesnar type.
Brock Lesnar type.
Brock Lesnar type. Luisa, yeah.
Yeah, Luis. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Mirabella is also like the one I was like, I really put myself in her shoes. I was like, shit. Because I also have the same mannerisms as her from time to time, and also she's going through the same things I went through. So I was like, shit. Damn. This is the first, I think, Disney character in a long time I've related to, like hard ass related to. It was this chick. It was like, damn, and knowing that she's voiced by
Stephanie Beatrice.
Yeah, Rosa, Rosa. And Bruno as well. So I was like, those were the two characters that really stood out for me.
You said the moment he starts talking, like, that's John Leguizamo. Cool.
Yeah. The dude
Sound like
from
him.
John Wick.
Multiple things that happening.
He was in the Mario Brother.
Oh,
The Mario Brothers.
well,
Good
Yeah,
to
the
know.
Mario Brother movie. Yeah.
we
Yeah, I
didn't
know,
tell you,
but,
let's
like-
get John Leguizamo. We're like, okay.
I don't know, man. They're supposed to play Italian, but I don't know. Anyway.
Was in the show. Okay, whatever. Good on you, Jamar. The Mario Brothers. Now gonna
Yeah.
be Chris Pratt. It's now gonna be Chris Pratt,
yeah.
guys. Ugh.
That's
The chokehold the man has on all of Hollywood to give him these weird ass roles.
He's also Garfield, so he can be like, it's a me, Garfield.
So
I'm just saying, the internet have bullied people before, to the extent that they changed the movie and went bankrupt.
That's true. But hey, wasn't there a second Sonic movie? Isn't there
Yeah.
going to be a second Sonic movie?
Yeah, thankfully somebody like was like, we gotta let this live on. Here's some money, make another one.
Wait,
and
give
make
your
more
best shot, kids. But yeah.
Yeah, bully somebody to submission to change the cast. Anyway, we're not talking about the Mario movie.
And we're not talking about the Mario movie.
You were saying the favorite characters?
No, so like, of course, I think my favorite has to be Mirabel, and Tio Bruno. And Tio Bruno is the one who caught my eye for whatever reason. Not caught my eye, it caught TikTok's eye and Twitter's eye because
Don't
there's
tell me
this.
it became a like the daddy meme.
No, it wasn't a dad. It's less of
Oh.
a daddy meme and more just like the joke of like, oh, this is like the boy that bisexual girls date before they realize they should just date women from that point on, and he'll make you play D&D kind of deal. I broke them.
True. It's so fucking true.
It's weirdly true, right? Like it's the weird lanky boys that are strangely
Curly
that are
hair.
kind of neurotic, kind of curly hair. Doesn't really dress up, but there's always for some reason a hot bisexual girl with them. He'll probably help
That's
you with
so-
your. He'll probably help you up with your PC setup. You know. But anyway, that's that. That was that. That's why.
No, please
Right,
continue.
literally right before I watched Encanto, I had seen TikToks and I was like, interesting, Tio Bruno, whatever, right? And of course, a lot of people were like, oh, justice for Tio Bruno, you know? Like, the man literally was like bullied into like living in parasite levels of what the fuck, am I right? Like, man's living in the walls of the house,
Yeah.
you know? And like, no one even bothered to apologize to him. He
So-
said sorry to you for him being.
Yeah, you know
an
what's
act-
more fucked up? I know we're jumping way ahead of the movie,
Go.
but when the house fell down and like crumbled, nobody looked for Bruno.
Well, they didn't think he was around.
Didn't they say that he was locked inside his room?
No, he just disappeared. The assumption was he
Oh.
left. The assumption he left the Encanto.
Okay.
At least that was my assumption. Like that's why they never bothered to look for him.
Hmm.
That's why they were like, "Oh, it's off limits. He's not there." But like, don't go up there because. And also, can we talk about his weird, sad room? Did it ever occur to you guys, like the man, like when he got his room in the casita, he had that room. He had like Indiana Jones level ancient tombs room. Where does he sleep? It's a lot of stairs. It's a lot of sand. Like the kid Antonio gets like a freaking what? He gets a beautiful lush jungle and a bed and a hammock with a bunch of animals, probably with a lot of mosquitoes too. But we're not gonna talk about that.
Okay.
Sure.
And Isabella gets like this beautiful like flower room. He gets what? What does he get? An ancient tomb
I don't know what.
with no bed?
I'm just wondering if Luisa's room was just Anytime Fitness.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, probably.
Goodness. it's just I don't know what is there does anyone? It's just a gym, right? It's just a gym.
Yeah, nobody saw what her special room was. Nobody saw what the name of the girl with the ears.
The ears, the hearing.
Yeah. I kind of feel bad for Bruno though, because like as you mentioned, okay, I give it the benefit of the doubt where like like maybe his room was way better before he was.
Probably.
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 That's what I was hoping. But there's a line in the movie where he says, "Oh, you've been to my room, lots of stairs. I know." Like he was like referencing that his room had a lot of stairs, and I was like, so that means he was living there like that right up until he left.
I swear.
He's like kitchen adjacent.
I mean, no, that was his room in the walls.
Yeah, I know, but the fact that that was a much better room than whatever he got in his actual room, that's a sign.
I mean,
No,
maybe
that's true.
he had an invisible elevator service before he left. You never know.
We don't know.
Wait, what was the name of the? Her name escapes me all the time. The actress for Rosa,
Stephanie Beatrice.
Stephanie Beatrice. Sorry, I loved her voice acting. I really want her to do more voice acting because, like,
It's-
remember?
No, I agree.
Yeah, but like she's going up the stairs and he's like, "Bruno, your room's the worst." Like her
Yeah,
voice.
your room's the
I
worst.
was like, I laugh.
I was like,
I
Yeah,
know.
yeah, same. I actually, cause like with Stephanie Beatrice, which is again Mirabel. Oh my god, amazing, right? With Mirabel, I was actually really trying to hear, cause like actors and even sometimes voice actors, depending on the roles they do, depending on the characters they play, they tend to sound like them. So, like, let's say this. I was watching a couple of League of Legends videos and I was listening to Yasuo, the character, and I said, me and another person I was watching with was like, it sounds really familiar. And I realized why, because it sounds like, if you guys know Liam O'Brien, you guys don't know Liam O'Brien? Okay, he's like in a critical role. Oh my god, you guys are gonna get plain. I'm just kidding. I'll tell you guys his characters later. He was
I watched Dungeons and Daddies.
he was Gaara. He was Gaara from all of Naruto.
Oh?
He's Gaara. Yeah, he's Gaara.
Okay.
So like, he
Sounds
sounded
okay.
very much like himself, and that's the thing with like even actors, especially where you just hear them and you're just like, oh, I hear like Jack Black, or I hear like freaking Taylor Swift and the Lorax. I don't know why that came into. No, I know why that came into my head, and I'll tell you guys why later. Like they just sound like themselves. But Stephanie Beatrice has done such a great job of like
Disguising
getting
her
into
voice.
disguising her voice, but getting into a character. You know what I mean? And I realized why, because she went as Rosa for how many seasons of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and she was so good. She convinced so many people that her actual voice wasn't her actual voice.
I was like, you're watching this, and I was like, a lot of voice actors here I kind of recognize. Hold on, my phone's upside down, by the way.
Yeah, we get that.
But I was like looking there, I was like, what? Dude, I didn't know anything about this movie until you were like, oh, we're doing a movie about, we're doing a review on
to be fair,
Encanto.
neither did I tell the credits. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah, but I was like, I had to look it up because some of these white voice actors, like Jessica Darrow, her voice sounded really familiar, and she had a really good singing voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's, all of their powers are interesting. Like, Ruiz is basically the Hulk.
Yeah.
Her younger brother or cousin is like
Yeah, her cousin.
their version of
Milo?
Elijah Thornberry. You're like, he can talk to animals now. Good for you.
Oh, no. Yeah.
Isabella is Latina Poison Ivy. So they all have these gifts. I'm not sure what Abuela's power was.
I swear.
No,
I
Abuela
took a-
gave birth. That's it.
Yeah. Abuela does
That's it.
nothing
Abuela gave birth.
but pass on the tradition. And God, one of the characters here looked exactly like my sister, and I had to
Is
send
it
them, like, a
Isabella?
gif. Yeah, I was like, look how sungit.
But a small side character I like was the kid who drank too much caffeine.
Yeah, her
Love
drank
that.
too much
I was like, this is why kids don't drink coffee. I was like, agreed.
Agreed. Yeah, it was so cute. I really enjoyed. Yeah, most of the characters were quite interesting, especially the powered chick. You know, of course there were so many people in the family that you literally could not like give everyone focus, but I like that
keep
we
track.
gave. Yeah, it was hard to keep track. I don't know how I did. I surprisingly was able to, but like, that's very rare. That's very, very rare. I think it was because I was just really into the movie. But like, I think what was nice though was that we did really get to see like between the three sisters, like Mirabel and her sisters, like we really got to see the dynamic of what is usually. I wouldn't just say exclusively Latin American families and Hispanic families, but it can also technically apply to just in general being the eldest sister. Like, I don't know how much you guys can relate to this, but like, you know, when it comes to being the eldest daughter, there tends to be like the pressure. You know, she says like, I have to be perfect. Who am I if I'm not perfect? Right? And there's just a lot of pressure, especially in families like these, where you kind of like, there is the expectation that, you know, you don't only just carry your own thing, you carry the entire family's like trauma, you know? You carry the trauma, you carry the burdens, you carry everything, and they tend to pull themselves so thin. And then we have what is essentially the really beautiful, the middle child who has, well, technically, I think I don't know which of the older sisters is the
I don't know
eldest,
as well.
but I know that at least both of them had the issue of being perfect, which was very distinct. You know, we have like who is essentially again, the strength can be like a way to symbolize. Oh, she is the eldest, she is the strongest, but that doesn't mean she can't. You know, that doesn't mean she can just carry everything like it was perfect. And then of course there's the girl who's like perfect in every way, beautiful, you know, but only does things because she needs to do it for the family, not because she wants to. Which I think we've all, in Asian households, can relate to as well. Like I'm doing this because my parents want me to. I mean,
yeah.
yeah, to a certain extent, you know.
To a certain extent, there are families, well, kids and like classmates and friends who have those.
Yeah, who have
Like,
those.
yeah.
I think we're kind of lucky between the three of us on this call right now. Didn't really have that kind of pressure.
no, my family was very like they weren't like, oh, be a doctor or an engineer. No, they're like, what do you like to do? We were like, "Alright."
Yeah,
My family
exactly.
was
That's what I
very
said. Like, I
open-minded.
think we're all lucky in this call that we didn't really experience that kind of familial pressure, which is good naman. I don't think it's entirely healthy. Like, I get like why the abuela was like, huh?
Yeah.
Choma's
Hey, Jumpers
face.
are agreeing with you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Like sure, my parents are the best fucking people ever, and they're the best parents I will ever have. Oh, yeah, what the fuck am I talking about? Anyway, it's just the others, the other family.
Yeah, it's the others. You're like,
Yeah, the other extended
Yeah,
family.
where okay, this is why I love this movie. I do it a lot. Is that this entire movie is about like expectations and like you afraid of disappointing and being useless to the family or being the black sheep. That's why I related to this movie a lot. Is that I have a lot of very successful, yes, I have two successful siblings and a lot of successful relatives. I'm not there yet. I'll get there, but I'm not there yet. Hush. But like, yeah, it was a lot to take in, and watching this movie made me like sit back a bit. I'm like, this is why I like the main character here,
hmm.
because she's just legit trying her best with what she's got,
Yeah. And
and yeah, you're saying it.
no, finish yours. I want to hear what you say.
Yeah, do you guys hear the dogs?
Not really.
Yeah, I did. I actually heard the dogs. I don't know why
Okay.
though.
Okay, cool.
It's fine.
Um,
No, it's fine. Keep going, bro. You're good. You're doing good.
Awesome. But yeah, like it is getting hard a little bit from here to there, where you got a lot of expectations on you. Like you got to be better, or the people before you were amazing. Now you got to step up. Damn. Okay. A lot of pressure on me. Thankfully, my parents were like, do what you want to do, just do it like 100%. I'm happy that my parents were not like those other parents that my relatives had. I feel bad for my cousins, but well, good luck to you guys. Do what you want to do.
Yeah, it's what you do with the cards you're dealt with. And
Right.
going back to the main character, I like the fact that since she doesn't have all the power, any powers at all, it adds more weight to her being like, am I the black sheep of the family? What's wrong with me? But I do like the fact that it ultimately comes down to her to whether this family is torn apart or is brought back together. And the vision clearly explains that.
Hmm.
Uh, I do like your reaction to the scene when he's trying to figure out the vision and he's like, "You're gonna fight someone." He's like, "Huh?"
Ah,
No, he was like,
do I fight or do I hug?
no, I love, I love Mirabelle's like reaction when Bruno was like, "Oh, you're fighting somebody." Oh wait, an embrace? And he was like, "Am I embracing or fighting?" And she was like this. I'm like, I love this character so fucking much.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really cute. It's really cute. I love them talaga.
Yeah, I love Mirabelle so fucking much because her mannerisms, her expressions, they're all timed so well. They're very funny. Like her reactions, her trying to cover up the cracks while her sister's getting proposed. And he's like, "What's up?" I love that shit. I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, it's cute because I think it's cute that it's a quirky character, but still not, but like not terribly Mary Sue kind of deal.
No,
like
not
cute.
at all.
It's very like cute, quirky, but it's also not like the I am a cute quirky girl. Like no, it just she just genuinely has a very cute personality and a very bubbly one, but also like she has her anger like towards her sister and kind of deal like the sassiness and stuff like that. And I really it doesn't come across as like I'm not like other girls kind of deal, which tends to be the issue with quirky characters for me when it comes, especially when they're females. So yeah, it was very endearing. So I was like cute. I think that's kind of like me sometimes in the sense like I bullshit like that sometimes.
The dinner scene was pretty funny too. When she's looking at ears, he's like, "You better fucking not. I'll cut your fucking ears."
Yeah, that's like the full on
I
stare.
love that scene
I
so much.
really love that scene. Just like there's just the full on stare, and she's so cute. That cousin is so freaking cute. Like I loved her design. Like her eyes are so like doe like, and she's just like, I don't know. I heard everything, and then like the amount of chaos that like
Is
that
the
builds
manifest
for
on the house.
every yeah, exactly. Like with every family member that finds out, it just gets better and better, and it's so adorable, and I love it so much.
Oh god, I love all of the characters here, and they work so fucking well together. Yeah, especially
Yeah.
that two couple. What's the name of the redhead girl?
Oh
The one
yeah,
with the weather?
the one who the weather tita. Well,
The
our
weather
version
tita.
of
Weather
it's the
tita.
weather tita and the cool tito.
Tito.
Like our version of it is like, so if like in Spanish it's tío and tía. Ours is like tito and tita, so it's just the added T. So that's our aunt and uncle kind of deal. But yeah, those two were really cute. I love their song when they started like I think the breakout song was the "We Don't Talk About Bruno"
Bruno.
song.
For me, the Bruno song was my favorite. Like
Yeah,
all the
it
other
was so
songs was,
good.
like, okay, but the Bruno song was the really good one.
It really hit really well. Like when like the drop hit and they were like, I was like, shoot, this is really good.
And fuck, I keep forgetting her ears. Ear story. Her name.
Her ears.
I just call her ears, but like, fuck, what is her name? I'll look
Here,
right now.
I'll Google it. You keep talking.
Dolores. Yeah, there.
Yeah, Dolores.
Yeah, every time Dolores would be on, like, when she's gonna sing, she raps it a bit. I was like, oh yeah. I'm like, I'm into this. Okay. And she does that a lot here. I'm like, this is so good. Who is this person?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
it also
yeah.
shows that Miranda's such a lyrical genius too. Like, damn, these are pretty good songs. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, these are really good songs. And speaking of the tita, the weather auntie, I actually found it really cute that like it was such a diverse cast of like characters, like in terms of like skin color and like hair. Like it was a lot of like curly hair, straight hair, dark skin,
Light
light
skin.
skin. It was very interesting because like amongst the three technical like straight children of abuela, you had a very like diverse range of skin tones, which I found so interesting because when we think of Latin America, a lot of them tend to think that they kind of look like us Filipinos, like brown and like like maybe straight hair or curly hair here and there. But people forget that they can be so much darker, so much lighter. Like it's such a big the Americas are there's literally north and south.
Yeah, they're huge.
Like it's so huge for a reason. And it's that's why there's so many people, and I think that was so nice to see, because oftentimes again when we think of our brown people, it's just like they're just brown, that's it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was very impressed by that.
I love the reaction of the two abuelitas when they saw Ruiza trying to lift the piano. Like, what the fuck happened to you?
Yeah, she's like, I felt
Yeah.
weak, like, oh no.
Also, the song that Luisa has as well was like, I really like empathized with her so much. I was like, you don't need to carry everything, girl. Damn.
Yeah, that's the thing, because I with that's why a lot of people came into it like relating, because a lot of the issues that everyone had were very much like it was truly expectation, which really sucked, of course. Like it's great to aspire, but to expect only perfection, really sad. So
Yeah.
it was a really nice movie, and I feel like it was very grounded in its themes and its like kind of the feelings, just in general the feelings of the movie. It was something that a lot of like kids like us, or not us specifically, but like people we know who had very strong expectations, because there's also the thing in like Asian families where there's a huge expectation to be a certain way.
Nurse, doctor, lawyer.
There's doctor, lawyer. That's it. That's all you get. Maybe surgeon if
Engineer.
you're really lucky. Engineer. Yeah,
Surgeon law. That's like
that's the top tier.
That's the top tier.
Exactly. Like you could be a doctor, but if you're a surgeon, even better.
Damn. But if you're called an artist,
No.
You're
don't
scared.
even come to the dinner party. Ah.
Don't even try. But yeah, it was really just nice to just kind of have something more grounded. Of course, it was still like magical, fantastical. Wow, someone can read into the future. I do flowers. But like, yeah, it was really nice. I also quite enjoyed oh my gosh, I can't believe I said her name earlier. Isabel's like song about her being like having to wanting to just be authentic, like only having to show a certain face. And I kind of related to that for me because like I don't know about you guys, but like in school, right? Like if you like for some of us who were like quote unquote the problem kids, even though we didn't try to be the problem kids because we weren't quote unquote perfect, any mistake that you did was like magnified. Like even if you just accidentally did something wrong, like and
Fall
it was
down
like
the
it was
stairs.
purely you fall down the stairs, they'd say, why weren't you looking where you were going,
Yeah.
Stand
And I was like,
up. Your ankle's not broken.
You're
Stand
broken.
up.
I'm never gonna let that go.
And I'm never gonna let that go for you too. If you ever forget, I'll remind you for sure.
Yes,
But
please.
yeah, it's a whole thing, and I just felt really. Now I remember that memory. It came into my head just now. I
just
remember it.
someone getting slapped by someone really big, and they're like, "Why did you piss them off? Like,
Piss them off?
why are you blaming the victim, ma'am?"
Right?
I'm not gonna say who it is, cause I won't incriminate anyone.
Yeah, we won't incriminate anyone, but it has happened where someone did get slapped. But the issue was less with the person who slapped and more of the person who quote unquote pissed them off. And then spam sandwich.
Must fire.
Must-
Okay, these are inside jokes. Our viewers are.
Yeah, I'm so sorry. Like, we cannot name names for the sake of people's privacy because this is clearly a very much public video. But if you knew,
If
You know, you know.
for the tiny, tiny, tiny 0.1% of whoever could be watching from our old school, if you know, you know.
Please don't be a teacher.
Oh God! If you're a cool teacher, cool. If you're-
Cool, but if you're a
not in school
horrible,
anymore. No,
If
just
you're
say
Miss
we're not in that school
Twisted
anymore. What are you gonna do? Come at me. You suck.
If you're Miss Twisted Ankle, fuck off. Anyway.
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. Anyway,
I do like-
yes, go ahead, please, Enzo. Oh my god.
I do like the dynamic between Mirabelle and Isabella because we have relatives or people in your life who are like, I fucking hate this person.
Oh,
She should die."
yeah, because she's perfect.
Yeah.
And like, hey, little did we know, just because they act perfect doesn't mean they want to be.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
kind of I was like, huh, maybe I was an asshole to that person the wrong way.
Right? Like years later, you connect you and you're like, damn, you're pretty cool. Alright.
Damn, sorry, man. I didn't know there was expectations of you. Kind of deal. Yeah, there's gonna be those.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are gonna be those people, but go ahead, Drummer. You said you looked like you were about to say something.
No, I do love the scene where Mirabelle is like before she goes into the room of Isabella, she was like, "Okay, time to save this family," with a hug, and she goes in. I'm like, again, comedic timing is on point. for
Actually,
this
yeah,
movie.
the comedic timing for the movie was quite well done. I was
Yeah.
very impressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll save that opinion
For-
once we get to the ratings.
For half the time of the movie, though, every time Isabella would make like a side comment, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What the fuck is your problem, bitch?
That's what I thought too. I was like, "What's your problem? Relax.
Yeah.
Who put that stick up your ass? Jesus."
Right. Well, I mean, her Lola did.
Yeah, that's true. Lola did, and it wasn't her.
Sorry, Lola means grandmother in our
Yeah, her abuela. Yeah, there you go.
or abuela. But like,
Abuela.
No,
I learned that from Dora.
I can so relate to having a strict grandma like that, or like I've known strict grandmas like that where they just give you a look, you're like, I'll be quiet now. Sorry.
Oh yeah. But I mean, God, when they had the confrontation between Maribel and
Mirabel.
Mirabel,
Maribel, Marimar.
sorry po. But Mirabel and Abuela, I feel like this thing would take weeks to fix.
Absolutely.
Like this thing, like one day, one conversation fix.
Yeah, like you're the problem. Like I am
Yeah.
the problem.
The grandmother just pretty much said, "You're the problem. You're the reason why they're losing their powers, and you're the reason why the house is dying." And I'm like, Whoa. Okay, cool. I get it that you're scared of losing everything that you worked for. But if I'm not gonna talk to you for a week, please understand why.
Right.
I feel like, yeah, it was, of course, I think, when it comes to, it's Disney, what do we expect anything different? Like, sure, we can have very realistic problems, but of course, when it comes to things like these, it's there to generate conversation, not fix them. Because I also thought the same thing. I was like, girl, just like abuela just says it's my fault. Like if anyone ever said to any of the matriarchs of my family, whether my mom or my dad's side, you're fucked. You're never coming to the dinners. You're never coming to Christmas again.
Yeah. That was for me. That shocked me. I was like, this is not real. This is unrealistic.
What do you mean? Oh yeah, it wasn't the talking.
Superpowers.
It wasn't the moving house.
Yeah,
it wasn't the animals.
This is the breaking point for me. This is the one that pulled me out of the immersion. This would have taken months or years.
No, I don't even think. God knows, like your Lola will never tell you she's wrong, though.
Oh yeah.
Like she would ever admit she would die. She will die with that she will die on that hill that you're the wrong one, and she'll die to make you feel guilty for it. Like she literally she'd induce a heart attack right when you were fighting just to fuck with you.
But at the same time, this is a kids movie, and we can't damper them that much just yet. They have to experience it for themselves. And
you want to know the culture. So you know the culture.
Like, we can't do this to kids right now. Let them grow up first and then come back to this movie. Like, yep, it'll take years. Anyway, but when she's talking to Mirabel in the lake where her husband died, that's one of the times where I can feel the heartstrings being pulled. Because you see the backstory.
Dude, holy shit. This is the one of the darkest backstories.
Yeah, because in the opening, was he just arrested and just never seen
No, he was hacked to death.
Right?
Yeah, he was hacked.
Her reaction, I'm like, oh, shit.
Right, so I'm like...
Because
I get you.
When we go back to that scene, I'm like, he's arrested. And then you cut to her, I'm like, oh, shit. Okay.
Because there's fully the swords, the machetes out, no big deal,
When I was watching that scene, it was like...
I cried extra hard at that. I actually had a lot of feelings. And I think somebody on TikTok, of course, complained about Abuela was how the hell did Abuela just say, I didn't even apologize or not didn't say sorry, but more just I'm sorry, peace out, kids. And I think someone said it very well. She's an antagonist, not a villain. She has a sympathetic, her trauma is valid, but that doesn't excuse what she did to her family because of said trauma. You can be antagonist without being a villain, which is fair. I think it was very nice to see that, it was quite well-rounded. You did understand why Abuela was the way that she was. Of course, we glossed over the really difficult conversations, but regardless, kids movie, what else do we expect, right?
Yeah. It's kind of funny because, I just come from another movie where the main character does get hacked to death with machetes. You're like, fucking hell, why this thing?
What movie were you watching?
General Luna.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Anyway.
Okay. But, yeah, we know that we're kind of Spanish when we hack people to death with machetes.
I guess.
Sure.
It's a Hispanic thing.
Yeah, it's a sign of your leader being jealous of you, I guess.
I guess, exactly. Anyway.
But, okay, sorry if I'm going back to the... man. I lost my train. Oh, there we go. Did they explain why the house was cracked? Was it Abuela?
No. I think so. I think it was just the way... I think the idea... I think this is how I interpreted it. Yeah. Was that the family Madrigal was always kind of like the house was the physical embodiment of what looks to be a perfect house. they were amazing, they have powers, it was essentially perfect. But when you talk about family issues, the way that they always talk about is that there are cracks in the porcelain kind of deal. That's how I personally interpreted it, is that it was the physical embodiment and the cracks were the family beginning to kind of break apart from from the long-standing issues that they didn't resolve. The candle, I don't really understand either. I just assumed it was just like a Rapunzel flower thing, it just existed.
Unless it has deeper meanings in Colombian culture, which I don't
Yeah,
understand.
I'm sorry, we don't know. We may have like had Spanish rule, but you were colonized just like we were, so peace out.
Like, but
But it's
just
true.
like you.
I mean, actually, I'm not sure. I don't actually know if Colombia was.
Sure.
They were like.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why there was a lot there. Yeah. Anyway, sorry. I don't know my. Why would I know Colombian history? It's not like they would know the Filipino history. So sorry, guys. I'm not a world history major.
Like the only exposure we had is unfortunately Narcos, and that's not the best.
Yeah, Narcos.
Teacher.
Yeah, Narcos. Anyway, Jamar,
Yeah.
did that answer your question? Kind of.
No. Now that you said it, where like this movie leaves you to like interpret it on how you want to. Like cracks can mean something. The house just breaking apart means something. They never explained it, and I'm actually kind of happy they didn't. Like it made the viewer think a bit. Like, was this the house's plan? They gave Bruno the vision so that to prep them. I would like to believe that the cause of the cracks was actually Lola, Miss Abuela. Like she's the one where the gigantic expectations breaking apart the family. She's the one who's cracking it up. And I'm like, that's what I left with after watching this movie.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's a fair interpretation. Absolutely, it's what I would have thought. It's what I thought. What I think up until now.
Yeah,
So,
and
yeah.
it just looked like is this Mirabelle's fault? But it's actually
Yeah, of
Lola-
course,
Lola.
because it's easy to blame the one who seems to be the easiest to, like the one who is seemingly not perfect. Like, why blame the person who gave? I think that also is the kind of deal that a lot of like parents have, or even like grandparents have, is like, I gave you all of this and you dare to disrespect me, and it kind of gave me those vibes too. Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a whole thing. It was very relatable. I like that it was all in one set piece. It wasn't like a giant like,
Yeah, gotta love Theo Bruno for being ready to fight Abuela if she was giving shit to Mirabelle.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, that's that Tito love right there.
Yeah.
That's that
He got
Tito
me
love.
back.
Also
Yeah.
going back a bit when like the dad's like nothing's wrong. You didn't see the vision. We're gonna be cool. There's
Yeah,
ears,
no
and it's
way.
like, ay putang ina. And then
Dolores is just right over there. I love again comedic timing. 1 point.
Yeah, it was very cute. I had a lot of giggle moments. I had a lot of cry moments. Yeah, I think I just, the only gripe that I technically have was like some of the songs felt very like, oh, we're singing now. Oh, okay. Like it didn't
Yeah.
feel very smooth the way that other musicals tend to do it. I'm not a musical person. At best, I watch like really popular stuff like Hamilton, but and then Disney movies, of course, musical movies. But for whatever reason, Encanto didn't have very smooth transitions into the songs. Like it kind of was just like when Luisa started singing, I was like, oh, okay, we're gonna do this. Sure, music.
right? When she was like, explain why your eye's twitching, and then she just
And she
burst
starts
out into-
singing. I'm like, oh,
like
okay.
I just want to know about your eyes. Okay.
Like, damn, a little bit of exposition would have been fine, but okay, musical it is.
And John Leguizamo, as much as I love him, he can't really sing.
He can't sing.
Like his heart's in the right place. Like God bless your heart, but
No, I mean like his last, like the last song where she's putting the knob on the door. He pretty much just like spoke to her instead of singing to her.
Yeah, I was like, ooh.
I'm like, it's not
What?
like The Rock or like when he's really trying to sing. At least John Leguizamo's like, I'll stop. I know my limits.
Yeah, he's like, I'll stop. I know what I'm doing. Like, I think there was a joke when like The Rock's like kid was like watching Moana. He was like, oh, Dad's Moana, and like he was starting to sing, and she would be like, shh, you're ruining it. Like apparently, according to like a random Facebook post, but I don't take that from me. Like, take that with the biggest grain of salt, you know. But like, according to a random Facebook post,
Yeah.
It's about drive. It's about power.
it's about drive, it's about power. We stay hungry with the
Be the
power.
power.
But in the
Crap rock. Let's go. Keep bringing it back.
anyway,
Fine. What would you rate this movie?
I'll go first. Uh,
yeah, I had to
You know
think
what?
about it.
you know what? I'm gonna give this one. I know I haven't done a review on it yet. But
What do you mean? You've just been
no,
doing this for the past few minutes.
I'm bringing it back. I'm bringing it back. Sorry. I like this movie more than Moana
Okay, fair.
All right.
because I really related to this character a lot, being like the potential black sheep of the family. But yet, yeah, very supportive parents. And yeah, I don't know. A lot of the things just work for me here. The comedic timing, the how the character, you know, her mannerisms, the way she acted throughout the entire situation would make jokes just to, you know, protect herself from a serious situation. Yes, I know you're yawning.
No, I'm sorry. I had 4 hours of sleep.
What's wrong with you? But yeah. Uh, sorry. Bruno as well. I love that character because he was like the past black sheep, so I related with him as well. And everybody else here worked very well. Everybody was funny, especially the coffee kid. I was like, damn. So for me, I'm giving this one 7.5.
So
I like this way more than Moana, but sadly, there are a lot of things that need answering. I know I do like some shows that don't answer it, and I know I said it throughout the review that I do like it that they don't explain it. But then again, this is a Disney movie. I don't understand why was the house cracking? Why is the candle dying?
Where did the powers come from?
Where did the power come from? And why machete? So like,
Yeah, why machete?
why machete?
So
Why
you're
machete?
saying you prefer Alan Tudyk as a toucan than a chicken?
Yeah.
He was a toucan.
Yeah, he's a toucan that Maribel's like,
He's the toucan.
she's like pussy, and that's it.
Excuse me?
Sir? What?
No, when the toucan just like pushes out, he's like, no,
Man, you gotta touch some grass. You're gonna act up like those Twitter girls.
no, she literally says cross my foot. You know what? Never mind. I'll
Was that the toucan? She was like that
Yeah.
flew out.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Coward.
uh,
Okay, but anyway,
I rank this a bit higher, maybe a low 8. Like I like all of the animation, the characters, and the songs.
I think you could just say 8.
8. It's better than 9 and my history of 9, but that's a different story. No, we're not going there. But yeah, I like.
Heads up, put the clip up.
No. But I don't need the. I don't mind the lack of explanation, except for the fact like, Maribel and Abel being like, you're the problem. It's like, this takes some time to fix, guys. Can't be like right away. But again,
Yeah.
it's a kids movie. It's like, kids live a life first and then come back here, and you're like, ah.
Yes.
But yeah, 8 out of 10 is another solid collection to Disney's already solid collection of animated movies.
Yeah, fair. I think I would also give it a 7.5. I think I'm comfortable giving it that because I am kind of on Jomer's side here. It was a little hard to understand the world building. I get, again, it was only an hour 42, but in fairness, we've had more world building in that same time. That's actually quite long for a kids movie, 1 hour 42. Yeah, Rapunzel had quite good world building to a certain extent. But I feel like, of course, you know, when it comes to movies, it's always difficult and stuff like that. You know, you can't really go in depth as like a show would, which is fair. It's very fair. Yeah, it was really the questions that were my issue. I also had a gripe really with the way that the songs transitioned to each other, like from talking to the songs. I really couldn't get into it. The songs were great in the middle when I was already into it, but when it first started, I was just kind of like, oh, okay, song. All right, listen. But yeah, and I enjoyed the characters. When I think about it, though, I do think as cute and quirky as Mirabel is, she didn't really change much in the story. And I guess that was the point, was the idea that she was essentially already great on her own with or without the powers. So for her to change any like, she didn't really have any issues other than like, I don't have powers, which is fair. But that's fine. Kids movie again. If anything, Abuela had more of a character arc than she did, which is fair.
Yeah.
Again, she is not. The problem wasn't with Mirabel, it was with Abuela. Fair. But yeah, I would have liked to see, I guess, some form of other character depth besides, because everyone else around her had depth except for her, which is fair.
I think that was the thing, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, I know. It's like, again, that's why I said essentially Mirabel wasn't the problem. It was with everyone else having problems with her, which is fair. Again, yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I can comfortably give it a 7.5.
Fair enough.
Yeah, that was it.
In terms of
Oh,
diversity, what's your other favorite Disney movie? Minus Mulan.
My head hurts.
there's-
My head really hurts from this.
I mean, yo,
Other diversity, I really liked Coco. I liked the new movie, the cute Asian one. The red panda one looks really cute. Can't wait to watch that one.
Is that the one? I think that's the one me and Jomer laughed about because it's like, oh, every time she hits puberty or gets turned on, she turns into a red panda. I'm like, interesting. Okay. That's what the description says. That's what the description says. I didn't say it. Disney said it.
that's true. Disney, that's on you. You're weird.
Yeah, Disney's weird. I did look it up. Look it up in
Look.
D20 2020. That's all I'll say.
Wait. What was the premise of the red panda?
No, when she gets angry. Isn't it when she gets angry? Or
No, that's the
embarrassed?
Hulk.
No, Disney says something different. You know what? Never mind. I'm keeping that part in because it's kind of funny.
I don't know why my computer decided to kick me out of the call. Get over here. My desk is way over there. My camera's very zoomed in. I don't know how my PC just.
You have 3x4 camera view pala. Anyway, movies.
I
I'm really
love this
excited for the
review.
Red Panda one. Okay.
Alright, cool.
That's it.
I was about to the previous Disney films, but sure, if you want to talk about upcoming ones, sure.
Yeah, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
just. Ooh,
Buzz Lightyear
oh,
looks
yeah.
cool. That's all I'll say.
It's not diverse, isn't it?
You don't.
Because
He's
different
in
white
different planets. He's in different planets, man.
Do you know the name? The name of the voice actor for Buzz Lightyear?
Yes.
Chris Pine.
It's Chris Evans.
Oh,
Bobo?
Captain America.
Yeah, but the rest of the cast, I'm sure, is diversified. Because
I love
that's
how his
Disney's
mic.
thing.
I love how when he like shouts, the mic will choose not to pick it up.
No, because it peaks, so your mic
Yeah.
stops at a certain volume.
Yeah,
But
your mic
anyway,
triggers nervous.
Before
Chisel
we
that.
truly lose it, thanks to Jomer, Nina, or I, that has been our video on Encanto, the latest Disney animated movie. What do you guys think? Did you love it? Did you hate it? Be cool in the comments. You can find us at Facebook at facebook.com/geeksanddegenerates. What are you motioning at, Nina?
Oh, you can find me at 9 on Twitch. Oh wait, are we plugging already?
No. I was like, what are you motioning?
I zoomed down for a hot second because Jummer was like doing this, and I didn't
What's wrong
distracted
with
me.
I'm dancing. God.
Why?
Before
I gotta do something instead of just like.
Before Jomer does his founder fish impression, you can find us at facebook.com/geeksanddegenerates. We do trailer reactions, we do streams. We also have an international Discord community that's very diversified there. How about individually? There you go, Nina. You can plug
There
right
you go.
now.
Now I can plug myself. I'm Nina on Twitch, and on Instagram and on Twitter, but I don't really use Twitter. Don't follow me on Facebook. That's really weird. Go ahead, Jomar. Your turn.
Why is every time we film, it becomes either really serious or just a mess?
I don't know. I went on 3 hours of sleep. Like it's
Oh, why does it keep
horrible.
going down? You said 4 a while
Because,
ago.
because when I actually did the math, it actually was that little.
Okay.
And I
Like we were
didn't
more
sleep on.
structured with Sam.
Alright.
What the fuck is happening with us?
I don't know, we were doing
Jomar.
fine in the other
We were
review,
doing
but
fine until the end.
Anyway,
Jomar, please,
yeah.
your art Instagram that for some
Yeah.
reason we couldn't find for a long ass time.
What's up with you calling people out today? You fucking bitch.
What's
Suck
happening?
some. Anyway, you can find me at Jom GEOM on Instagram. My voice cracked. It is my art account.
And you can find me on Instagram and on the Twits at Gandalf. What?
No, just go. Fuck.
You're like, that's all the time we have. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
What's happening?
Just okay.